Hey everyone, it is Evan here from The Trade Risk on Wednesday, July 31st. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly trade ideas video where we bring you a handful of names from our watch list, stocks that are holding up well, showing some relative strength, and ideally are not yet too extended in their moves. As always, these videos are powered by our partners over at Investors Business Daily. We curate ideas from their stock lists. You can get access to their stock lists with a link in the description of this video. So we are intraday right now. We are about a half hour, 45 minutes before the big bad Fed announcement. So we could see some movement on these charts later in the day. But we're going to run through 5 names, 3 from IBD's list, 2 from our watch list to take a look at today. The first is FFIN. This one here comes from IBD's list, and this is a weekly chart. This is a longer term breakout that is in motion. It's in the financial space. It's a bank, and you can see it's working on this sort of a follow through week to new highs here. Very clean pattern on the weekly time frame. Now, granted, this has been something that's been moving sideways and developing, consolidating for just about a year's time at the end of 2018. So there's lots of kind of fuel in this tank. If we go down to a daily chart, it is extended here a bit in the short term, so it is a tough chase, but it really just depends on what perspective, time frame, and duration that you're looking at here. FFIN, nice looking breakout setup there, particularly on that longer time frame. Next up is JBL. This is sort of the same thing here. This is a longer term play. This is a stock that's gone pretty much nowhere for quite a while here. It's found some pretty clear resistance around this 31 to 31.50 band. You can see going back to 2017. It's been here, and once again, we're kind of at the top end of the range. Unlike FFIN, this breakout hasn't happened yet. We're still kind of just teetering here at the top end of the range. It looks like earnings are out of the way, or they're certainly just reporting off basis, because I think they report in late September. So there's definitely some time here, or a little bit of a lull before any type of event. So let's keep an eye on this 31.30, 31.50 area, clear these recent highs, and we can have some clear sailing above us if this breakout can get into motion. A little bit of a longer term look as well. Now, the next name will go the complete opposite end of the spectrum and look at a recent IPO here just to mix it up. Again, this is from IBD's list. You can see GSX, not quite beyond meat status, but still pretty strong here, up 50%. Well, actually, since its IPO, technically actually only up 9%. It's up about 50% from the lows of that initial offering here into early July, but it's had a nice run up. Volume picked up a bit here into these highs, and you can see it's just consolidating now 4 days sideways. And if you're looking for some type of short-term, shorter swing trade, breakout trade, intraday trade, keep an eye on this. Lots of juice and beta in it, and something that's consolidating right under its all-time highs. Now, 2 names from our watch list. First is SSW. This is an industrial play. Really like the setup here. The only thing that's unfortunate is it does have earnings in about a week and a half's worth time, but still the setup here looks pretty nice here, just in the fact that it's carved out this nice base series of higher lows. We have clear resistance up here around 1050 or so. Have this nice kind of rounded pattern here that it recently has developed over the past 2 months, and you have a very clear trigger above 1050, 1045. This is something I would certainly be involved in if it weren't for earnings, so I'm gonna have to dance around that. Might have to avoid it, especially as it is becoming too close, and have to revisit this one later, but wanted to put it on here. There could be a move or trade before earnings or into earnings, or if it's something you want to just put on the watch list and watch afterwards. Technically, SSW looks pretty good here. Last but not least is CDAY. This comes from our watch list as well, and this is a name that just reported earnings today. And you can see it was just really trying to break out from this 4 or 5 month sideways range here. Again, if we just zoom out a little bit further, it's an IPO that would happened in early to mid 2018. It's been up and to the right here, so we're trading just under or at its all-time highs right now. It previously, before this earnings report, had been going sideways for about 4 or 5 months, and you can see it's just trying to make that move right now. It's a little bit, a little bit hesitant to close at these these new highs here, but this is something that I do want to pay attention to because earnings are out of the way. We'll see how this digests over the next coming days. Maybe this just retests and can hold the upper end of this range, and if it can hold here and then start to reverse and start to trigger back over $54 or these highs, that's something that's interesting as it has just consolidated for this extended period of time. So CDAY, this is on my watch list to pay attention to for the rest of the week. So that is it. 5 names. Hopefully something there looks interesting. It's a mix this week. We had a lot of longer term plays and then a couple of IPOs and shorter term stuff. So hopefully you're doing well out there. As always, thanks for tuning in and watching these videos every Wednesday. You can follow us on the blog or on our YouTube channel to get trade ideas just like this. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.